It's your girl, Tamyko Green, coming to you on the Confidence Igniter podcast. I have a great show in store for you, but before I give you the title, let me take a moment out and say Happy Women's History Month. Yes, it is girl power, right? So, our title today is Your Words Shape Your Reality. I'm going to say that again. Your words shape your reality. How many of you know that whatever you say actually becomes your reality? That's why I say your words shape your reality. We tend to move in the direction of our words. Think about this. Whenever you say something like, things never work out for me, I'm stuck, I won't get that job, they don't like me. All of those things, those defeating words that you speak into your existence tend to show up. Think about it. When you say things like, I'm sick, I don't feel good, I have a headache. And sometimes we don't even be sick. We just say, man, I just have a headache. What happens? But when you start calling out things that are negative, those things show up in your life. But let's turn it around because you know what? We can call out some positive things, some things that cause victory versus defeat to show up in our life. I got this. Things are getting better for me every day. I'm more than a conqueror. Because let me tell you something, it takes just as much confidence to speak defeat over your life as it does to speak victory. I'm going to say that again. It takes just as much confidence, probably even more, to speak defeat over your life as it does to speak victory. So when you think about things that you're saying over your life, not just somebody else, I'm talking about your life because you are in control of your own words. Now, have you ever heard people say something like, stop putting words in my mouth? Ain't nobody putting no words in your mouth. Now, they may put words in the atmosphere and then you turn around and take them and run with them. But the truth of the matter, whatever comes out of your mouth is on you. You know, there's a scripture that says something like this. It's not what we put in our mouth that defiles our body. It's what we bring out of our mouth that defiles our body. I'm going to say that again. It's not what you put in your mouth, it's what you bring out of your mouth that defeats you. Why is that? Because words are powerful. And here's the thing, when you say things like, I can't do something, the mind just shut down and say, hey, ain't no need of trying. Think about it. Because if you say you can't do something, why even find ways to make it happen? But when you say things like, look, I'm growing, things are getting better for me every day, no matter what. I'm gonna make it through this challenge. Look, I got this. Okay. Guess what happened? What the mind start doing is finding possibility. The mind is like, you know what? We got this. I can do this no matter what. So now the mind got to go to work no matter what. See, the mind can go places that you can't go. The mind can tap into things when you tell it, hey, we got this, it'll start working. No matter what your circumstances or situation is, it will start working. Think about this. In the Bible story about David and Goliath, right? None of them will stand up. Only person came to stand up to that giant was David because he's like, oh, heck, nah, you ain't gonna be dissing my God like that. What's wrong with you? That 9-foot giant looked at that 6-foot man like, dude, are you kidding me? You think you can beat this? It took a lot of confidence and boldness to stand up to a giant. And I said that to use that as an example. We all have giants in our life. So are you like all David's brothers and that whole group of people like, I can't do it. No, I'm scared. I'm going to run back the other way. Or are you the one saying like David, look, you might be big, but you ain't bigger than my God. Okay? I got this. I got the power back in me. I got some God power back in me. Okay? I can move this mountain. Why? Because my God said I can move it. So are you moving the mountain, or are you standing there looking at the mountain like, how in the world? It's not going to happen for me. What do you mean it's not going to happen for you? Look, once again, your words shape your life. They either going to build you or they're going to burn you. It's your choice. You get to say what your outcome is going to be. Now, you might then choose to challenge, okay? And sometimes we do by choices that we make. But maybe in your case, that you didn't choose the challenge, right? But it's okay. You can have the challenge, just don't let the challenge have you. I'm going to say that again. You can have the challenge because life is filled with challenges. Like going to school. Who drops out of school because you got a challenge, right? There are some that do, but let's take elementary school, okay? I don't know no elementary school dropouts. Now, I don't know everything, but I've never heard of an elementary school dropout. So let's take school. When a child get a hard math problem, they don't be like, nah, this ain't gonna work for me. Sorry, second grade. I ain't getting to third grade because this ain't gonna work. You know what? I'm just gonna retire from school at the age of 6 or 7. I'm done. Nope. Won't happen for me. Why? Because the problem too hard. How did you make it all of these years in your life? Okay, how did you get to where you are? You had challenges. You did. You probably didn't recognize like you were overcoming these things. And maybe you did, but then maybe you got to another challenge in life and forgot how you overcame those things. But it was your words. Your words. Okay, there's a scripture that says the power of life and death is in your tongue. And sometimes we just read scripture like, okay, it's a check mark, right? I read my word today, check mark. And then you just keep going. But no, you gotta believe that thing. The power of life and death is in your mouth. Yes, if you say that, if you think about that. So you mean to tell me even when I'm going through my challenges and I speak defeat in the situation, I'm killing myself. Okay. I'm stopping myself from moving forward. But when I turn around and say, I'm more than a conqueror, I am victorious. Okay. All things are possible. When I start saying things like that, I'm going to move forward. Have you ever thought about that? See, a lot of times we look out into the atmosphere and we look at things that are going on and we look at how other people are moving and grooving. And then we wonder, why is it, some of us wonder, why is it that I can't get to where I want to go? Why is it that they are always succeeding, but yet I can't even get nowhere? You know why? Your words. You're the one. You look, you're the captain of your own ship. Okay? You're the writer of your own book, the producer of your own play. I'm going to say this, you can have it your way, but you have to make the decision to say, I'm fed up with how my life is going if you're fed up. Okay? All of this time, I've been speaking these words and stuff been showing up. I can never have what I want. Well, doggone it, I'm tired now. I'm going to get what I want. I'm going to get what I want out of this thing called life because you didn't come to earth to suffer. I didn't say you didn't come to earth to not have challenges. Now you did. You're going to have some challenges. You can't bypass it. It's like oxygen. You can't bypass it. If you do, you won't be here on earth. Okay. So you cannot bypass oxygen. You cannot bypass challenges. But it's not the challenge. It's how you see it. It's how you look at that thing and say, you know what? This too shall pass. James Cleveland song, right? But however, I got lost there. But the thing is, you can have whatever you say because your words reshape or shape your life. And in this case, if you don't like how your life is going, your words will reshape your life. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So when you renew your mind, you renew your words. That sound good, didn't it? But it's the truth. It's the truth. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. But when you renew your mind, it renew your words because you don't say the same thing. See, some of us is trying to walk through doors or wishing we can walk through doors with the same mindset. It doesn't work. Okay, you can't walk indoors with the same mindset of defeat. You won't have a seat at the table. And I don't care if you grab a chair and pull one up, they're going to push you away. Guess how? Because they're going to be saying things that you can't even accept because that's not you. They're going up and you're like, no, that's a bunch of stuff. That can't happen. You know what? Sometimes it's good to try something new. But most people don't like change. That's what I've been told, but I love it. I love it because you know what? Things that don't change don't grow. You put a seed in the ground, and if that seed don't start to die off the shell and all of that, those different stages and process that it goes through, guess what happens? The seed won't grow. So if you do not make some changes in your life with your words, just your words, your life will not change. Let me give you a different, or give you an example. Have you ever said like, man, I want a car, a particular car? Now, before you said that you wanted this car, you never really seen it before. Like you didn't see a lot of them. I'll put it that way. But all of a sudden you said, "Ooh, I want this car. Man, I want this car bad." And then all of a sudden you driving down the street, you be like, "Man, there go that car again. Man, there go that car again. I want that car. That car gonna be mine." Let me tell you what happened. There's a thing called a RAS, and we all have it. Let me tell you what RAS stands for, reticular activating system. And what happens? Whatever you putting down is picking up. I'm going to say that again. Whatever you putting down is picking up. So when you say, like, I want a particular thing, okay, I want this house, or I want this car, you always will see that particular thing. Why? Because when you say something with conviction, it's forming in the spiritual realm, and then it show up on center stage in the physical realm. Your words have power. And I'm sure many of us that probably listen to the Confidence Igniter podcast, I'm sure that you can relate to that. You had an idea of something that you desired, and all of a sudden, everywhere you turn is there. And you probably wondering, how is that? Because your RAS picks up what you put down. So I'm going to ask you this morning, what are you putting down? What are you putting down? What are you speaking out of your mouth that's landing to the rich soils of the universe? Because everything that you speak out of your mouth is landing somewhere, and it's landing in the soil. So what are you planting in your garden? Are you planting weeds that's going to strangle you, or are you planting something that's going to continue to grow you? Your words, not somebody else's words. Only time other people's words shape our life is when we allow it, when we repeat what they say, when we believe what they say. You are more than a conqueror. Can you not believe that? You are bold. You're more than enough. You have everything you need. You are victorious. You're a child of the Most High God. Okay, and if you don't believe in God, okay, I do. But whatever you believe in that's more powerful than you, then guess what? You got power too. Think about it. You change your world by your words. What are you willing to change today? What are you willing to do different today? How are you willing to speak over your life today? Because it's your life. It's your life. Whatever you desire, speak it. Don't go through this. Well, I never. Okay, you done did all of that before. If that's you, if I'm speaking to you, you done said all of that. They have it better than me. They were born with a silver spoon. Who cares what they was born with? This is your life. This is wherever you were planted at on this earth. You're supposed to grow from there, not decrease. Think about when you were a kid. You weren't worried about what somebody had because when you wanted something, guess what? You spoke it and somebody brought it. So think about your life at this point. What is it that you truly want in life? Make the decision. Make a decision today to say, you know what? Today I'm doing things differently. Okay. And for all of you that believe in God, come on, let me tell you something that's biblical. You got the power. Now, you may read the pages in the Bible and check them off. Okay, I read the scripture today. Okay, I prayed, but okay, that's it. And then you turn around and say, man, these things are just bad. It's Monday. It's good for a Monday. I guess it's okay for a Monday. What do you mean? You standing 6 feet above the ground and you talking about, well, for a Monday, I guess it's okay. Let me tell you something. Mondays happens to be one of my best days. Why? Because you can't get to payday Friday without seeing Super Monday, honey. So get motivated on Monday so you can make it through the week to the end of the week to whenever your payday is, okay? But even if there wasn't a payday Friday, let me tell you something. I still love Mondays. Why? Because I'm 6 feet above ground. I get another day to speak something great over my life and reshape my life. You have the power. You have the power. The same confidence that says things will never change for me. If that's you, okay, I'm going to give this assignment. So if you are the one saying, I never get what I want, everybody else get what they want, I don't. Things never work out for me. Your assignment is flip the script. Flip the script and say something like, things always work out for me. Things are getting better and better in my life. And you keep saying that. Whatever it is you truly desire, if it's a car, start envisioning that car. When you get in your car, if you have a car right now, or if you ride in somebody else's car, see yourself driving down the street, driving yourself down the street in your own car. Go to the car dealership, pick one out. Go pick one out. And then pick it out, take a test drive. And everywhere you go, every time you riding in somebody's car or driving up one you have or whatever the case, riding on the bus, whatever, picture yourself. Because let me tell you something. You can have whatever you say because your words shape your life. And I'm not saying that whatever it is that you desire may show up instantaneously, but it might. It might show up instantaneously. Be prepared. There's another old saying that be careful of what you ask for because you just might get it. So if everything that you spoke out of your life into your life or over your life, shall I say, if you've been getting that, that's because you asked for it. Now, find the confidence. You got it already, but find it to say something good over your life. Speak great things over your life. Let the words that flow out of your mouth that write on the canvas of your life be those that move you forward. And for those that is already doing that, your assignment is keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. Because let me tell you, when your world changes, worlds around you change as well. Well, this has been the episode. Your words shape your reality. Let's go out there and reshape our reality and shape it into something that makes you smile and be able to help others. Well, before you go, I hope you take a moment out to like, share, and subscribe. And also, don't forget, every third Saturday at Fortified City Christian Church is their food distribution. Do not forget, if you need food, if you know someone that's in need of food, please, please, please go down to Fortified City Christian Church, located at 2477 Canton Road in Marietta, Georgia, and be sure to get some food and meet the people down there at Fortified City Christian Church. I tell you, you'll just fall in love right there on the spot. Well, this has been the show. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Super, super, super Monday. And I tell you, a phenomenal week. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.